Alright, so today we'll be looking at using the TI-84 to find the area under a normal curve. So the first example we're going to be looking at is the IQ model. So my population mean will be 100 and my population standard deviation will be 15. In the first example, I'm going to look for the proportion of the population that has IQs between 85 and 115. We should know that this is exactly one standard deviation below and above, so we should already know approximately the area, but we're going to use the calculator to calculate this. Now anytime you're doing this, first you would want to find your z-scores for your lower and upper bound, which I have done here and here. If you're not familiar with these formulas, please refer back to your notes or your teacher for assistance. Once I have my z-scores, I'm going to go to Second Distribution button here under the thumb pad. This is a normal curve, so I'm going to go to the normal CDF, press enter, and then all we need to do is enter in the lower bound and the upper bound. So I'm going to enter -1, comma 1, close my parentheses, hit enter, and it's a little bit above 68%, which is what we should have expected. For my second example, instead of finding between 85 and 115, I want to find the population that has a score of 115 or less. So I'm just finding this part of ignoring that part. Again, I go to my same thing in my calculator, the second distribution, normal CDF. But if I want my lower bound this time to be the entire left side of the normal graph. So the way I'm going to do this, and I'm sorry, I'm going to move my calculator up just a little. To enter in lower infinity, or negative infinity, your calculator can actually do this by first hitting the negative sign, and then second, and right here where the comma is, it also says EE, and then we're going to type 99. The EE stands for scientific notation, so this is basically entering in 10 to the negative 99th power. Comma 1 again, because our upper bound still has not changed. And this time we get 0.8413, which again we should be able to calculate by hand pretty easily, but this will allow you to do it with any z-score, not something as simple as 1. If I wanted to find above 115, do the same thing. Go to our normal CDF. This time 115 is my lower bound. Comma. And I'm going to do the same thing I did before, except I'm not going to hit the negative. So I'm going to hit second EE 99, and there is the proportion under the curve that's right of 1 standard deviation from the mean. Now, you should do it this way. However, there is a quicker way. I hesitate slightly on telling you what it is, but I am going to go ahead and show you. But please know these formulas, you should be able to do these by hand to find these z-scores. So I'm going to go back to my first example. I'm going to go back to my normal distribution, but this time instead of hitting my z-scores, I'm going to actually hit my lower and upper bound numbers. So instead of -1, which is my lower bound z-score, I'm just going to hit 85, comma 115, comma, which is my upper bound score. But I need to tell the calculator a few more things. I need to tell it what the population mean and standard deviations are. Starting with the mean, which is 100, standard deviation of 15, and again we get the same thing we did the first time. So this is a little bit quicker of a way, but again, you should know these formulas and you should be able to do this by hand absolutely. And thank you again for watching my TI-84 instructional videos.